Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to today's live tarot reading session. I'm the Urban Seer for anyone new here. For those watching the replay, I go live Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. So it would be great to have you join us. Just subscribe so that you'll be notified when I do go live. Hi to everyone in the live chat. Thank you so much for being here. For anyone new here, again, if you want to subscribe, drop your like number in the chat. Just wait to be called and hold your question until you are called. And then just pop your question in the chat, like I say, when I give you a shout. Thank you, Aniket, so much for the list. Jean, lovely to have you here. Anne, Aniket, Ivo, Valencia, Nettie, Danny, Judite, thanks all for being here. I'm going to start off with Jean, who's like 1. If you want to pop your question in the chat, Jean. So I'm using the Guardian of the Night Tarot today. If anyone specifically would like an oracle card, please do give me a shout. I've got the Urban Crow Oracle and I have the Love Oracle card as well. So Jean asks, whatever I need to know. Absolutely. So let's get started. Spirit, please bring a message through for Jean. What does she need to know today? We have the 9 of Swords, Jean. If you've got something on your mind, something that you are anxious about, something that you're worrying about, Jean, this is a card really of reassurance when we see this, that these these worries and fears are really unfounded. This is you kind of protecting, I see, Jean, here, something that is important to you, or it can be a sensitive side of you, an emotional side of you. Whatever this is causing your anxiety could be keeping you up at night. We have this dark night where something feels a little bit unclear. You're uncertain about the outcome. I know we have looked at work for you a number of times. It can be that area. But when I say these words, anxieties, fears, what comes up in you, that is your intuition letting you know. And this is a card of reassurance. So, Jean, it comes in to say, to really try to get on top of that voice. It's not real, it's not true. There's something going on here that is somewhat of an illusion. So try to ground yourself. Often when we're in an anxious state of mind, our energy is kind of trapped in our mind, actually in our head. So if we think of this in a physiological way, and it's useful to try to ground ourselves so our energy can drop actually deeper into our body and we can feel more centered. So a reassuring card for you, Jean. I hope that resonated. Hey Janavi, hey Jolie, hey Naresh. For anyone new as well, if you would like a more in-depth reading, just check out the pinned comment at the top of this chat. There is 3, 5 and 7 card readings that I also do, and booked readings take priority for anyone who wants something a bit more in-depth. Thank you, Janavi, so much for the list. So we have Anne next, if you want to pop your question. How's everyone been doing as well? How was your Tuesday? How's your Wednesday so far? Thank you, Anne. So Anne asks, can you tell me how Raneil feels about me right now? We are in touch now, okay? His communication has been very limited. I know we saw last time he came through as, I believe it was the Page of Swords, wasn't it, Anne? So he did have something to say and did want to communicate, but it's still limited, yeah? So let's look at how he's feeling right now, please, Spirit. What are these current energies surrounding this connection? So he's feeling insecure at the minute, Anne. about something. I did ask about this connection. So the moon, it being a major arcana as well, that tells me that the energy is significant at the moment for him. But he's feeling unclear himself about the future of this connection, maybe about how to move forward with it. But I don't know if there's been like a shift of energy on your side. I don't know if you feel a little bit more distant, a little bit more cold towards him, even just because of this mixed, obviously the connection has been hot and cold. And let me know if this resonates, that maybe like a wall has kind of gone up in you. And I feel like that he senses that on a deeper level. He may not even fully understand it in his head, in a way, in his mind, but he feels it on a deeper level. So he may even be telling himself, everything's fine, or kind of telling themselves some kind of story, whatever story matches whatever narrative he wants to be the truth. But I feel like emotionally, on a deeper level, he feels a little bit triggered and he feels a little bit insecure. And I am picking up on that you at the moment have emotionally maybe taken a step back, Anne, and this is the reason. So let me know if that resonates. We do have the Three of Pentacles, which also tells me that he does want to work this out and work this through. Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork. All about teamwork, all about having the same goal and wanting to overcome difficulties. So that's kind of where he's at as well. That's part of it. But like I say, I feel like if you've taken this step back, that's making him feel insecure. Glad that resonated. You're welcome, Jean. You're welcome. So we have Aniket next. So we've got Aniket and then we've got Valencia. So if you want to have your questions ready, please just pop them in the chat. Oh, it's cold where I am. I don't know. It's been a very horrible day weather-wise here. Raining, cold. It really feels very wintry and gloomy today. Hoping Aniket is still here. Valencia. Hey, Unicorn. Maybe they're not so Nettie P if you're here. Same in London, says Judah. Yeah. I struggle with the winter. I'm definitely a person who needs the sun. So Annika, Valencia, Nettie P, I think may not be here. Oh, Nettie P, thank you. Will I be able to afford my own apartment, says Nettie P, within the next 6 months? So I don't do yes, no questions, Nettie, as you know, but I can look at the energy around finances of what's coming up in the near future, and let's see what energy surrounds that. So I see things financially coming back into a place of harmony for you, Nettie P. So moving in a positive direction. Temperance is a card of harmony. It's a card of balance to me as well. But what I feel like is also a message here. There is a need for patience, Nettie. So don't try to force this to happen. Really make sure that you're in a good place to make this move. I do see you getting there, yeah, that it will happen for you. This is a major arcana as well, so it's important. It's a big shift. But this frog here is waiting on a rock, and there I get this sense it's like waiting for the right moment to pounce. So also waiting for the right apartment. So if there's some desire here, Nettie, there could be a very strong desire to make this happen, and an impatience in that energy of wanting it to happen yesterday. But it's important to move into to move forward with and make sure that you're in a good place to do it, yeah, to have the outcome and to make sure that this move is positive and this move is successful. Don't rush in, so be patient. Knight of Wands is about inspired action here. Knight of Wands is taking action when it's the right time. It's a timing issue here. So don't try to, so yeah, lead with that. Don't try to force it to happen. Don't try to push it, because you may get yourself in a pickle if you try to make this happen sooner than when you're ready financially or finding the right apartment, etc. Do everything that you can, continue to take the steps financially to get yourself in a good position, and then take this sort of frog leap of faith kind of energy, but once everything's lined up correctly. That's what I'm feeling. Hope that resonated. So Aniket asks, what's coming towards me in the next 24 hours? Sure thing, Aniket. And we have Danny next. If you've got your question, please, Danny, please give me a post. Please post your question even. You're welcome, Nettie. What's coming towards me in the next 24 hours? Ask Annika. Five of Cups. I see what comes through, Aniket, here is being able to move on from some kind of disappointment or setback that you may have felt. So we see here 3 cups upturned, which represents the loss, the disappointment in a situation, in someone. But what we see here is 2 cups remain, and that's what you need to focus on. So don't sink too much or fixate or give too much power really to this loss that we see. That's gone now, okay? That's in the past really. This is you are undergoing some kind of transformation, Aniket, as well, in connection to this loss or disappointment. And in the next 24 hours, so we're particularly focusing it on that, is that you can begin to focus again, or that's where your focus needs to be, on what remains. Ace of Swords is some kind of communication and some kind of clarity as well coming your way. Again, in connection to this loss or disappointment, maybe understanding and getting clarity, I feel, of where to go next. And this enables you to move on in a way, make steps in the right direction, Aniket. So I hope that resonated. You might know what that disappointment already is, Aniket, and already are dealing with that, yeah? So, hi, anyone new here? Great to have you here. If you just want to pop your like in the chat, please hold your questions until I call your name, and then you'll be added to the list if you pop your like in the chat. And And like I say, wait, hold your questions until I call your name. Thank you. Hey, Danny baby. Hey, Shan. Right, so Danny asks, the Libra man named Ryan sent me a friend request on November 21st. What are his intentions with me? Okay, so let's have a look at this person's energy. Thanks, Janavi. So Danny, this is for you, your Libra man named Ryan. Let's take a look at Ryan's energy, Ryan's intentions towards you. Oh, look at this. In Romantic by Nature, Danny, Knight of Cups. This talks about, I don't know if you've had, you know, if there's history here or not, or how deep this goes. You know, it may just be something new, something fresh here. But Knight of Cups is a love offering, so there is some intention and hope behind this, that this would develop into something romantic that I see, emotional fulfillment anyway. On their side, because we have the Nine of Cups as well, which is about emotional fulfillment. This is someone as well, because I see this kind of I'm picking up on their energy on a deeper level as well, of their characteristics, because I'm very drawn to this peacock here. So they're kind of feeling themselves, yeah, that they've got quite a lot of confidence here. I feel like that they feel attractive in a way, and they kind of want to express that to you as well. They feel quite good about themselves. That's the energy that I kind of pick up on them, which is a bit unusual. It's a specific message. And they, you know, enjoy the good life is kind of what I see as well. That emotional, they sort of are a pleasure seeker here. Nine of Cups energy is about feeling kind of being able to enjoy the good things in life, the good side of life. So this is brought through, you know, their energy specifically, and I think this Knight of Cups is their intention behind that, of, like I say, romantic in nature. Lots of Cups energy, emotional fulfillment is what they're seeking. So I hope that brought you some clarity, Danny. Lots of like 12s. I don't know how that works out sometimes, but we'll just go with it. Thank you, Janavi, so much for the updated list. So we have Judite next. Hey, Nat Nat. Thanks for being here. Great to have you here. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. Judite, if you want to pop your question in the chat. And Jolie, you're welcome, Danny. You're very welcome. I hope that's what you wanted to hear. At least gives you clarity anyway of where they're coming from. Hey Judite, yeah, just put your question in the chat, and then Jolie, if you want to have your question ready as well. What will the new year bring to me? Awesome. Guys, just to let you know as well, I am going to be releasing some monthly readings as well. So I've got December will be out for by the end of this week. So for each star sign as well, if you want to check that out. And Judite, and for those that are interested as well, I'm doing some yearly, I'll be doing some astrological yearly readings as well. So for the year 2025. Which I'll have out obviously by January, but December will be out by the end of the week, so please do keep an eye out for those. You're welcome, Jean. Yeah, unicorn, maybe it's just a YouTube like glitchy thing. So Judite, this is for you. Judite asks, what will the new year bring to me? Oh, Jean, another Cancer. That's like Danny Baby is a Cancer. Nat, what star sign are you again? I know Janavi's Taurus. Just the regulars who that I know. On Sun, Janavi, but obviously you could look at your moon as well, because they'll all be there. So you can obviously your moon sign might resonate with you as well. If you know what's your moon sign, Janavi. I'm Virgo Sun, Libra Moon. Oh, Nat, you're a Virgo too. Yeah, Danny Baby Cancer, like Jean. Yeah, Janavi. Let me know your moon sign as well, guys. If you, I am, you know, the what do they call it? The powerful three. You know, I've forgotten what they call it. Anyway, it's your sun, moon, and your ascendant. Pop it in the chat if you know it. It really interests me. But Judite, anyway, sorry, back to you. This is for you. What will the new year bring to me? Asked Judite. Oh, King of Wands, Judite. So this is someone coming through, Judite, for you. This is definitely another person's energy, okay? So King of Wands can be a fire sign or bring these characteristics, yeah? So potentially, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But the King of Wands is someone who is very driven, they're charismatic. Because the King energy as well, it's I always get like, you know, that they have a maturity to them. They're established in some ways. They've kind of got they know their life path to a good extent. Okay, so they can be established in their career, sort of own their own house, this kind of stuff. You know, like they're a grown up. Yeah, they're a proper grown up. So this could be romantic by nature, Judah. This is what I am picking up on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you are. I don't know if you're in a connection at the moment, but this person is coming through to you. So, let me know if you recognize this person. Could be energetically already in your field, or it could be someone totally new coming through. But this does feel romantic by nature, or definitely someone who's going to have some kind of influence in your life, and there is going to be a closeness here. You are going to be connecting with this person, Judite. This is the news and information of them coming through to you, them reaching out to you, potentially, you know, asking you out on a date, etc., etc. Oh, you're in a relationship, so they're not. So, I mean, it could be someone new, even if you are in a relationship. I suppose that doesn't, this doesn't necessarily matter, does it really? Obviously, it can influence your actions. I don't know if you're happy, in the connection, or it could be then if it doesn't feel romantic to you, you know, if you're settled in your relationship. I mean, it could still be coming through that you have that kind of spark of connection. You know, just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean that we're not attracted to other people. It doesn't mean we're going to act on it. Or it could be in a business and career kind of area. Some it feels positive in influence. Could be a love interest, that someone has a love interest in you. Obviously, you might not want to follow that, but there is obviously a reason of why this has come through. Some days I'm happy, other days I'm not so much sure. Maybe being a mother. I don't see that coming through with regards to, I mean, I don't do pregnancy either, but I don't see, this feels like a specific individual of positive influence. Could be, like I say, another love opportunity, or it could be, take what resonates with this, if it can be in the career area, someone like that who brings a positive influence to you in that way. Take what resonates with that. Could be an interesting year, Judite. An interesting start to the year, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Judite. Could be influence at work, someone new coming in. It feels positive. Definitely. Anyway. Like I said, I did feel kind of romance there, but Jean says, you're welcome, Judite. Oh, here we go, Jean. Cancer Sun, Scorpio. Ooh, double water, Jean. Leo, Venus, Libra rising, and Leo North Node. Interesting. Janavi, Taurus, Sun, Pisces, Moon. Wow, yeah, Pisces Moon is a lot, yeah. Oh, and Pisces rising, double Pisces in that way. Wow, yeah, that's a lot. A lot, like you say, a lot of intuition. Okay, so we have Jolie next, if you are still here, my dear. We have Jolie, and then we have Naresh. Pop your questions in the chat, please, guys. Shan says you have a lot of fire and some water and air. Last call, so Jodie James, maybe not here now. Naresh, Unicorn. Shan says, oh, Leo's sun, lovely Leos, nice and warm, generous Leos. I like Leos. Oh, and Moon for me. Wow, like a double Leo. And Scorpio rising. Wow, what a powerhouse, Shan, that is. So Jolie James, Naresh, Unicorn, Unicorn, hey Unicorn, pop your question in the chat, my dear. You're a Leo too, Judite. Sure thing, Naresh. I'm just waiting for Unicorn's question and then I'll read you after, Naresh. Unicorn asks, what guidance does the universe have for me? Sure thing. Yes, Janavi, I have been stuck at 360 for a while. It seemed to grow quite a lot for a bit. It was like rapid growth and then it sort of just stalled. I don't know if I feel like that's the nature of YouTube sometimes as well. Plateaus. Right, Unicorn. Five of Wands. Some kind of turbulence, unicorn, some kind of drama, maybe even conflict. This can be happening now. So tell you what resonates with the unicorn if you're kind of butting heads with someone or a group of people, or feeling kind of mixed up inside, maybe emotionally as well, kind of maybe even stressed. And having to feel quite defensive, like under attack. Or so if this can be with other people or someone, or it can be a situation that has got you stressed, that feels unsettled. Now with the 5, what's important with this message is to understand that it will blow over. It's like no real harm will be done when we see this 5 of Wands card. So it can feel a lot at the time, and it can feel intense, and it can feel like it's going to be a bit of a disaster, a situation, sort of thinking worst case scenarios of something. But actually it's kind of surprising in the way it just kind of flares up like a wand if you think of fire, and then it just kind of burns out quite quickly. The Hermit card, the advice sort of maybe as well to navigate through this, I feel like is saying to tune out other people's influence and other people's voices. If they have an opinion on this, maybe telling you a bit like what you should do and what you shouldn't do, you need to go and do what's right for you and trust your intuition and go within. The Hermit is about retreating in some way energetically, or actually physically having some solitude, creating some time alone so that you can get settled, bring your emotions down and work on that stress, and get to a calmer place to be able to move out of this 5 of Wands energy. Something or someone has got you stressed. It's not as bad as you think. A lot is the message. It will blow over, it'll pass. It won't do any long-term damage, unicorn, okay? Thanks, Janavi. So we have, okay, so Naresh, right, just so, I think Cameo got missed, so we'll do Naresh, Cameo, and then Shan, and then I'll see where we're at. So Naresh asks, last time we got a tower card we did about your ex. Let's do an extension on that, sure thing. So Spirit, please tell us more about this tower energy. Seven of Swords, Naresh. So like we say, we saw that tower moment energetically for her that was going on. So there was an upheaval of some kind, yeah. When we see the tower, big shifts, big changes are happening. I saw that she was in some kind of struggle and experiencing some kind of stress. And I think the extension of this is because the reason why this happened is because she's surrounded by energies that she can't trust at the moment. The Seven of Swords is about sneaky behavior, someone around her trying to get away with something, like they've messed up, they've made a mistake, they're not being honest with her, etc., etc. It can be all of those things or some of those things, yeah. But it can talk of as well, this card, about a betrayal even when we see swords, and someone's not, it's just, so it's almost like this tower moment that someone could have lied to her, that someone is not being honest to her, and this has rattled her, this has changed her point of view with someone in a situation. I feel like this is where that trigger has come from. Obviously I don't know her, I don't know who this person is. It could be you know, anything. It could be to do with a marriage, it could be to do with work, but it's something that's hit her on a deep level, that when we see a tower, it's no joke. It's like your foundations get rattled. And the reason why this has happened, so we asked for extension, tell us more about this tower moment. It's because she's experienced some kind of betrayal and some kind of mistrust. A relationship has changed here, and so she's going to have to reassess. And someone needs to fess up to this kind of mistake that they've made. And at the minute, I still see that they're not willing to do that. They're still just trying to go under the radar about it and get away with this. And there hasn't the truthful conversation that needs to happen, hasn't happened as yet still. And this is kind of making the situation worse. So then we have Cameo. If you want to pop your question in the chat. And then Shan, I'll look at your reading after that. Unicorn says, yes, sometimes hermit mode can even be a blessing. It's true. It's good to retreat and just get a chance to hear your own voice and shut out other people's opinions, really. Okay, so I'm just waiting for Cameo's question. Cameo asks, can spirit guides tell me what's coming for me and my current partner in the next 3 to 6 months? Sure thing, Cameo. Nice energy here, Cameo. Continuing to build on what's already started here. 7 of Pentacles. So Pentacles is ruled by the element of earth. It's grounded, it's genuine, it's real. It's like something that you can rely on, yeah? It's like a consistent energy. And the 7 of Pentacles it involves some kind of planning as well. So maybe that as this relationship, it goes, you kind of begin to lean into this energy and build trust and build consistency, that you can start to plan for the future. Maybe, I don't know, your living circumstances, you know, if you live together yet or not, but some kind of high level of commitment. And 7 of Pentacles is about almost like a kind of constant assessment as well of what works and what doesn't. So this can be something mindful for you as well to bring to the relationship, and maybe you're already working on that. He said he wants to marry you. Awesome. So this is already happening for you, yeah? Or for him anyway. I don't know how you're feeling. But yeah, the 7 is good energy. It's nice. It's what you want to see. And the only kind of message from spirit, I think, is to, maybe it's about energies from the past as well, about not repeating old habits, about, yeah, just keep hearing kind of it sounds obvious, but it's actually something for us all to keep working on. Like, don't repeat patterns or habits of what doesn't work, and keep looking at what does work, particularly for you two, and don't try to change that. You know, even if it's like something, for example, some people, even if you're in a connection, you still need your own space. So to allow that, you know, to give yourself that time alone and that space, and then to be able to come back together, that kind of idea. Growth, progress in all. It looks good though, Cameo. It looks consistent. Remain open-minded when I see this card about, so the fourth cup as well is about kind of doing things in a different way and being open-minded about, don't try to restrict this path to this relationship to unfold in a certain way. You will get there into this high level of commitment, but you might take a different route together. It might be a little bit unconventional even. Again, assessing what works, what doesn't for you and for them. It doesn't have to fit into a box, is what I'm feeling. Do it your own way, even if that is unconventional. So I hope that resonated. Shan asks, how is my relationship with Libra person or Scorpio for me? Oh, so that's like 2 questions, Shan. Do you want to look at the Libra or the Scorpio? Yeah, Cameo, give it a go and do it your way. So don't feel like you have to be someone else to fit into this box, maybe, if that's come up for you. So Shan, just clarify who I'm looking at. Or do you want me to see who's coming through for you next, maybe? Characteristics, let me know what you'd... We've got Jayoti, sorry, I'm probably killing the pronunciation. Jayoti, next, pop your question in the chat. So Shan, just clarifying your question, do you want me to know just who's coming through next for you and trying to get some characteristics? Or do you want me to look at a Libra or a Scorpio? So I don't do timelines. If you say, when do we plan to meet in the future? I'll just see who's coming through for you next in love. Are you a Scorpio person? Okay, so I'll have a look at your Scorpio person if you want me to look at their intentions for you, for this relationship. There is potential here. This ace being new beginnings, fresh starts. 10 of Cups as well. Wow. Okay, so this is a long-term commitment, higher level of commitment here. 10 of Cups as well. There is the potential I see here, Shan, with this Scorpio person for emotional fulfillment for you both, for it working both ways, okay? 10 is... Tens, whenever we see that, is always, like say 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups, is about having it all. It's really very much a card of success, and when it's Cups, it's emotional success. So really having there's a lot of good potential here for happiness, for fulfillment. I don't know, obviously, I don't know your situation at the moment, if you're in no contact or if this is just a new connection. But Ten of Cups is one of the most positive cards in the deck, Shan. So I would encourage you to follow this connection. Or that's on its way to you, is this Ten of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles is this, either in if you're in no contact now, it's like a new beginning here, or if this relationship is new, then it's the very starting point of this connection that can then become. So we start at the Ace here, but look at there's so much potential here that can grow into this Ten of Cups. So very positive cards that have come through for you, Shan, with them. So be open to that coming towards you. Star comes out here, wish come true. Long distance, complicated. I'm wondering if this Ace of Pentacles is some kind of movement in that. I don't know if there's a potential that that there's a change in some way about you getting closer, and I don't know if a move would be possible. It's giving me Ten of Cups though, so I can't deny that. Janavi says Jyoti is pronounced more like Jothi. Okay, thank you, Janavi. Jothi, I'm probably still killing it, but I'll say it. Jothi, if you're still here. But Divyansha says, what is coming towards me in love? Single. Awesome. Let's have a look at this. Is for you. Divyansha, this is for you. What's coming next in love? The Devil card, Major Arcana, Divyansha. Is there... The Devil can often come in to tell us about old habits or old connections that need to be cleared out in some way, Divyansha. So I don't know if there's still... So this is for you, Divyansha. This is happening now. I feel like this could potentially talk about there's someone still in the picture for you, or you feel emotionally connected to someone still from the past, and it could maybe be a toxic relationship, and maybe those energies aren't still, those ties are still there and they haven't been fully broken. Let me know if that resonates for you, because this is kind of keeping you in this Hanged Man energy of being a bit stuck. So there might actually still, you might still be in communication with them, or it could be just be emotionally and psychically tied to them. And this comes with a message with the Devil. It's to be mindful not to bring this forward into the future with you. It could just be ideas about a relationship as well, like habits in you that still maybe need to be worked on from past connections. Yeah, so this resonates for you, Divyasha. So I would focus on that. If you haven't been able to make a clean break from them, then I would say look at that more, work on that, because, you know, energetically, if we are still connected to someone who isn't good for us, it can be difficult for someone new to come in. I know that's kind of easier said than done at a lot of times, but the Hanged Man energy is about needing to gain a different perspective, so needing to gain a different viewpoint. And this is holding you, this Devil energy is holding you in this Hanged Man position of kind of being stuck in a holding pen almost. And there needs to be a different viewpoint gained here. So maybe even that this person wasn't good for you and that you did the right thing in freeing yourself from them, etc., etc., or whatever went down between you and this person. There needs to be a new perspective about this connection so that you can move forward onto your next connection, your next person. Spirit's saying work this out because it's holding you, it's keeping you stuck. Try to see it as creating space for the next person. If that helps, if that motivates you to free yourself from this person who isn't good for you. Hey Kelsey. Absolutely. Thanks, Janavi. Yeah, for anyone new here, if you do enjoy this live, please do subscribe. And then you'll be notified when I do go live. So we have Danny Baby next. If you are here, my dear. Wonder if Danny Baby had to go. Danny Baby. Danny Baby. Janavi, do you want to pop your question in the chat? And then if Danny makes it back soon, she might have had to go. Thank you, Micaiah. Thanks for subscribing. Ooh, Janavi asks, message from my future self. That's an interesting question. Absolutely. What does future Janavi have to say? Message for. I'm going to take that. The star, so your future self, comes to tell you that that long-held wish does come true for you, Janavi. What a beautiful message, hey, to come through. The star is a wish upon a star energy, a wish come true. It tells us not to give up hope as well. This beautiful bright golden star that we can see represented here by what I believe is like a stag. It has the magic here. But the star is a card of hope. It's quite spiritual by nature as well. And your future self comes back to tell you not to give up hope on this long held wish. So when that wish, what is that wish? You know, what rises up in you when I say that, Janavi? You yourself know intuitively what that is, I believe. We have a King of Wands here as well. So this can be a connection with someone, I feel like this King of Wands can be a fire sign, but it can be some that have fire in their chart, or these characteristics of the King energy, which is someone who is proud by nature, you know, the proud lion I feel here, courageous, they have courage in them. And I also feel like that they have gained wisdom from what they've been through, with it being king as well. I see when I look into this lion's eyes here. Actually, is an Aries, okay. And what I'm picking up on strongly is, Janavi, is, you know, this lion has been through something. And there is some wisdom that is gained from this. They have become a king as well. So this is like growth, maturity, and gaining some wisdom. So nice energies there. I'm just seeing if there's any last messages from this. But I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful message. There is definitely a maturing of them. I see them sort of coming out the other side. So this is Akshay, them coming out the other side of what he's been through as well, with some new understanding, a deeper understanding and wisdom and maturity, and becoming a king, where maybe at the moment, you know, he's a knight or a page kind of energy. Yeah, page there, always showed him as a page. So exactly, moving towards the king. I do see that. There's also like some kind of guilt and remorse in that, you know, how we go through these difficult lessons, yeah, and they do leave us with some scars, don't they? They kind of, we grow up, and it's almost through, sometimes it can be through those painful situations that a lot of our growth comes. Yeah, and we've known from the beginning, like you say, Janavi, that, oh my goodness, my display is catching on fire. Whoa, hold on. Oh, no. Is that you, Janavi? I wondered if that's you. Surrounded by this golden kind of aura here. I do wonder if that's what first comes to mind, that could be you. Page of Cups, an offering of love. So the crow, I mean, it can mean crows are very intelligent. Crows are very fierce by nature. They have very strong boundaries as well. So in the crow, like if you're, I've forgotten what they have a strange name, I think, for, you know, not the flock. I think it's, I don't want to take it, but there's a strange name for it. And if you don't kind of if you don't do what's best for the group, or follow the rules as a crow, like you can actually get, they will kill the crow, that doesn't, if they do something that's kind of bad or wrong in a way, they'll actually kill the crow. But crows are very intelligent. I think they have the average age of like the intelligence of like a 6-year-old child or something like that. You know, don't quote me on this. And they've been shown to, like, they can hold grudges, and they've got a whole, you know, system and community. Very intelligent though, crows. Okay, So, hi Anne, thanks for being here. So we have Nat now. If you want to pop your question, Janavi says, beautiful reading, it really was. Spirit showed me both my career goals, star, that came to mind, and my connection with Akshay as well. It really did. Was a very pure, clear message that came through. Nat asks, what's coming through for me at the start of the year? Ooh, the Magician. So a major arcana, Nat. I feel like this is something that you've been working on and manifesting for some time, Nat, actually coming to fruition, coming into the 3D. So this being in the first quarter of the start of the year, I would say. I feel like you have been consistent with your energy in this area, holding this vision, holding this idea. Can you see how this, is it a raccoon maybe here that is in a sort of meditative energy, like an inner stillness, that may be something that you've been quietly holding a space for, Nat. So take what resonates with that, as in, again, like what rises up in you when I say that for you. This something that you've been holding space for, holding a vision for some time, and it will happen in this first quarter of 2025. It's something as well about Eight of Cups here is about walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. That feels part of this journey, that you finally get freedom from this situation or find the courage to walk away from something that no longer emotionally fulfills you, and you have a breakthrough in that way and you ask for more. Or it's in connection to, maybe this is something that you've already done. You've already in this place of that you've walked away from something that was not emotionally fulfilling. You dared to ask for more and manifested it, and this is it coming to fruition. And this is you sort of quietly, and I get the sense that you can be quite reserved sometimes, Nat, as well. Let me know if that resonates for you, that you keep quite a lot to yourself, but you are quietly behind the scenes working on that and working towards your deepest desires. It's like you haven't given up on that. You still want more for yourself, which is fantastic, and you don't settle. And then this is finally coming through for you. I think I'll just I'm glad that resonates, Nat. So I'll read for everyone, obviously, who's posted your number. I'll just close the messages for now for questions, I think, just to take, so I've got time to read for everyone. We have Devea. If you're still here, Devea, put your questions in the chat. And then Sayama. Nat says, that resonates, that's great. I'm very hermit mode sometimes. Yeah. I felt that kind of part of your nature, Nat, that you are someone who keeps quite a lot to, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but keeps quite a lot to yourself. Devea asks, guidance about me moving back to the area I left some months ago. Awesome. Let's see. So about moving back. Let's see what that would bring, Devea. What does Spirit have to say about that? This has just come through, yeah, for Nat Devea. This is, so 8 of Cups is about finding that courage to walk away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. Now, Devea, I suppose, tell you what resonates with this. Was it that moving away from when you left this area, were you walking away from something that was emotionally unfulfilling? And is it that you're giving up on that too soon? Tell you what resonates here. Or is it that you've gone away, you've tried, and you're again sort of, the move was not emotionally fulfilling for you? If that makes sense. Like, there's no shame in that you left, it didn't work out, and that experience was no longer emotionally fulfilling. But when you ask yourself, you're honest with yourself and your intuition about asking for more and going for more in the direction of expansion, Devea, where does that take you? Because the Knight of Pentacles is about being patient, about being consistent, about just showing up every day and putting in the work, putting in the effort. So I'm just wondering if you are being impatient, Devea, maybe by, if you've given this move enough of a chance, Devea. Just for this Knight of Pentacles energy being here as well. I don't want you to kind of throw in the towel too soon. It's kind of the messages that I am, that is coming through, yeah. And Keita, thank you for your question. I'm so sorry to hear that. I have, if I've got time, okay, because I have closed the list, but Ankita, I will try to read for you if I've got time. Like Janavi says, so Ankita, I'm not a medium, so I don't read for people who have passed over. But obviously I can ask guidance for you, etc., if you would like. But I'll look for, so some Sayama, sorry I'm pronouncing that wrong, no doubt, but I believe you're next. And then we have Kelsey and then Micaiah. But Sayama asks, one card from Jobin. Thanks, Sayama. And thanks, Kelsey. Sorry, Kelsey, I haven't put your question in. Do put your question in, Kelsey, as well. Sayama, this is for you. So one card from Jobin. Ooh, nice energy here, Jobin. So, Sayama, sorry. I don't know what your situation is. If you're in a connection, if you're in separation, but Three of Cups is a card of celebration. Yeah, it's always a very light energy to me when I see this, Samaya. So if things have felt energies have been heavy, or there's been some kind of struggle here. I see that changing and that lifting, and you being able to kind of have some fun together. This is Three of Cups is a very social card as well, Saima. So yeah, I do see celebration. I see social invitations even as well. I don't know if you have mutual friends, that kind of energy, or maybe just connecting. And the energy, like I say, if it has been heavy, I see it getting lighter and brighter between you. Or maybe that's what, if you've been going through that time, then this person can bring that kind of lighter energy in for you. It's just really very much a card. When I see this Three of Cups, it's really just a card of fun. So it feels positive between you, if that current energies, or you're moving into that in the near future. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Janavi. So Ankita, I think I'll be fine to read for you. I'll like I say, I know you mentioned that you're not sure, you wouldn't be able to handle a message from your father anyway. So just with me being, I'm not a medium, like I say, so I can bring some messages of comfort from spirit to you, some guidance at this really difficult time, Ankita. So if you just hang fire, we'll do that, yeah. So Kelsey asks, is sales the right path to start my career? I know last time that we looked, Kelsey, and it was a very positive read on sales for you, but we can have a look at that again if you want to. You're going to graduate from university next year. And if I remember rightly, Kelsey, it was like marketing wasn't what you were drawn to. You were more drawn to sales. It was a positive read last time, but if you'd like me to look at this again, Kelsey, then obviously I can do that. You're welcome, Soma. Yeah. So it'll be fast paced, Kelsey. It will be fast moving energy in this area of sales. If you're up for that, if that's what you would like, then that's the kind of energy that you'll be entering into. Pop your question in the chat, Kelsey, what you were going to say. It may have the answers here still in what the cards have brought through. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion. So I do believe that you will expand your horizons in going down this route as well. Three of Wands is connected to, I feel like, your career ambitions. It's ruled by the element of fire. Again, that kind of broadening, exciting, busy, expansive kind of energy. Will I secure an entry-level job in sales before when I graduate from university next year? So I don't do timelines or yes/no questions, Kelsey. So, but what I would say is that from all the cards that I have had with regards to you, Kelsey, in connection to sales has been positive, has been that there is an opportunity. There will be an opportunity for you in sales, okay? If this is the direction that you feel like if you're up for, what I'd say the message is, because it is fast-paced, fast-moving energy, okay? It will certainly take you on a journey. And if you're up for it, if you feel like you've got the energy and that you want to kind of give that to your career, I feel like that the experience that you will gain from it will set you up well, and it will, even though it's not something that you might necessarily be in long term forever. I mean, you might be, but it's like a great next step, and it takes you in the right direction of expanding your horizons. Three of Wands is all about that. It's like your ship's coming in that you've been waiting for, that next step of success. I feel like you are ambitious and driven, and all the cards that have been very encouraging, and I do see definitely an opportunity in this area, and it would bring you a lot of life skills and be good for your career as well, like good for your resume, your CV. So we move on to, you're welcome, Kelsey. Micaiah and Anne, are you still here? Anyone new here, please do subscribe so that you'll be notified when I do go live as well. Maybe they have left. Micaiah and Anne. Oh, hey, Micaiah. Thank you. Yep, just put your question. And Ankita, yeah, you will. I'll read for you at the end here, Ankita. Oh, and Anne's here. So just put your questions in the chat. Anne as well. So Micaiah, Anne, and then Ankita. Micaiah asks, according to my highest guides, what are the spiritual reasons behind the fact I used to feel lazy to do things? Do you mean, Micaiah, I just want to clarify what you mean by this. Is it that you feel unmotivated? You mean behind the fact that you used to feel unmotivated to do things? Is this past energies? Is this happening now? I don't know if there's a bit of a translation problem here. I'll just see what comes through. So, okay, so you want to know why you felt discouraged. Do you feel like that's past now? Do you feel motivated now? Let's see what comes through. It's funny these came through for someone else earlier, but the major arcana, Micaiah. Okay, so when you start to do something but then it feels too hard, sure, and you feel lost and discouraged. Now the Hanged Man, okay, is about is feeling stuck, which I think is when you say you feel lost, and it's about feeling stuck. So you attempt to do something and then you lose momentum, you lose confidence maybe as well as part of it. So with the Hanged Man, Micaiah, is that it's about needing to find a different perspective. It's less so much about, this card isn't about action, okay? It's not about doing more. I feel like lazy is such a, it's a word that I've struggled with a lot. It's a very negative word that I think just we shouldn't use in our vocabulary. Because lazy is such a bad way to sort of talk about ourselves. And there's often something deeper going on. Like such as a lack of confidence, or like you said, feeling lost, and sort of paralysis analysis, maybe fear of making a mistake. But when we see the Hanged Man, so Mackay, it's about needing to find a different perspective, a different way of looking at this. Maybe there's a lot of self-blame going on here for you, Micaiah, but maybe this is really the laziness that you call, or the lack of energy that comes over you, comes from a fear of failure. Maybe it can come from a lack of confidence. Let me know what resonates with that. It can often be a fear of failure. So it's like, if I don't try, then I can't fail. This is connected as well. We've got another major arcana. So this is something maybe that you need to go back into your past, Micaiah, about if someone has told you that you aren't, maybe said that you weren't good enough, or maybe giving you negative feedback, Micaiah. Because the devil energy is about behaviors and habits that aren't good for us. So this is a habit that keeps being repeated for you, and it can be often connected to toxic ties of things that have happened in our childhood, even our past. But getting some kind of negative feedback in the past, and told that this is, you could never do that, or you won't succeed. Maybe you were told that you were lazy in the past as well by someone, or that you were never working hard enough. And this can all feed into our subconscious, and it's like almost that we've been brainwashed, and we need to rewire our brains and unpick this. Okay, and we do that through going within and introspection. So try to ruminate on that, Micaiah. I don't know how much you've reflected on yourself and looked at that insight, and try to find the root of the problem of where this stems. If someone has told you that you were lazy, or something negative, I feel like. And the Hanged Man is, if you can gain a different perspective, I think, about yourself and about why this is happening. If you can connect to the truth, this will free you up, and you'll be able to move forward with things more, and that it will free up this energy. It's like you're being tied down at the minute. Janavi says, as living beings, it's okay to make mistakes, exactly, fail. Without mistakes and failure, how can we learn lessons and move towards perfection? Exactly. I heard this quote, I think it was the other day, where it said, we don't we learn lessons. There's no such thing as failure. It's just learning lessons when we make mistakes or something doesn't work out, and you don't actually really learn anything from success. If you think about it, when something goes well in success, you don't learn anything. Where we learn things is when things go wrong and when we fail. So it's not actually like a negative or bad thing to fail, and we have to fail in order to grow, or we wouldn't try and do anything. Micaiah says, I need this financial security to do all the work healing on myself. And I have a short time to do all the things at the same time. So it sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, Micaiah, as well, maybe to do all the things in a short time. So that could be a starting block as well, about not putting so much pressure on yourself. If that's possible, try to be realistic about what you can get done. And healing on yourself, I mean, it doesn't have to be through paid, help. It's great if you can afford therapy, etc. But through meditation, through listening to healing audio, Reiki, etc., all of this stuff, these are inroads of being able to get to know ourselves better, and to slow down and rewire our brains and change negative behaviors that we know that we do, that we keep repeating. But I hope that helped, Micaiah. I'm going to move on to Anne now, who asks, what guidance do the cards have about my current life direction? Interesting. Let's see, Anne, this is for you. Spirit, please bring a message for Anne and her current life direction. Couple of messages here. This is very positive. Major Arcana, the Magician. This is about dreams and desires and coming to fruition. The card of manifestation. When we see the Magician, hold that vision. You have all the tools. You've done the work. Yeah. We've got the Pentacles, which represent earth. The Cups, that is the element of water. This wand. All the tools are laid out before you, okay, of what you have, the ability, you have the skill. I feel like you've done the inner work and you've done the outer work in a way of you're taking the right steps. So it's just about not panicking as well, maybe, and having a deepening that level of trust and in yourself and your ability. The Magician, like I say, is connected to manifestation. So this is about holding that pure vision and leaving doubt behind, okay? Tuning doubt out. It's happen. We need to do this on the daily, because I think most of us are so, we're only human, and that we're geared this way to have self-doubt that creeps in. So that's something that you need to, another way that we can show up for ourselves every day, is to just not give in to those anxious thoughts and things, fears and worries, the things we don't want to happen in our life, okay? Give power, give energy to the outcomes that we do want, and hold that vision. Two of Pentacles is about being very busy, and as well it's about, so if this could be currently happening now, or it can be that you're moving into that in the near future, and needing to stay centered and grounded, and in order to navigate this busy period, it feels good. It feels like action and movement is happening for you in the right direction, but to avoid things spiraling out of control or going into a tailspin, you need to do the things and the habits that keep you grounded, that keep you centered, so as not to spin off, and so you can keep control of this situation. But you're on the right path, and you're on the right track. It's coming, whatever you desire and want, the goal, it's happening. Like, say you may already be in this busy period, or this is on its way to you very soon. Just, this is good busy, but stay grounded, stay centered. So we have now an Ankita. If you are still here, my dear, I can read for you now. I'm just checking who is here. Ankita may have left. You're welcome, Anne. I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, it was a nice message. Very encouraging. Keep doing what you're doing, Anne, and it's just about having that self-belief, yeah. I'd just do a last shout out for Ankita, but they may have left. In which case, yeah, I think Ankita has left. So I'll end the live here, guys, then. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. Thank you, Janavi, for your lists. That was awesome, as always, again, for keeping me right and allowing me to focus my energy on the readings. But wishing you all a good rest of day, evening, wherever you are. I'll be back on Friday. So please do subscribe so you'll be notified when I do go live and catch me there. But I hope to see you on Friday as well. But wishing you all love and light. Take care. Thanks, Janavi. Thanks, Micaiah. Thanks, Jean. Bye, Jean.